What is going on, guys? My name is Dirge, and I'm back with some more Starcraft 2 HotS from 1v1 gameplay. I do apologize for the lack of content. The past few days I've been just super busy, so I'm trying to get at least something to you guys. This is going to be game number 4 between Complexity's Pro and Quantic's HyuN. I did cast the first 3 games prior to this one, so definitely go check those out. I'll leave links in the description for you. And, yeah, so this is going to be a ZvP. Is going to be on Bel'shir Vestige, and we do have HyuN spawning down here on the bottom right side as the red Zerg, and we have Pro spawning up here on the top left side as the green Protoss. Now I do apologize for the delay between these games. If you had watched the first 3 already, and we're hoping to see either the next 1 or 2 games in the series, not going to spoil if there is another game or not after this one, but I am getting them done, and I will be getting them out to you, hopefully along with some more videos, depending on how busy I am over the next couple weeks or so. But yeah, I guess we can talk about this map a little bit. A nice little expansion right here that HyuN is going for, the 15 supply mark. Pretty easily defendable. I mean, you do have this pretty wide open air, or I don't even know what to call it, space right here, which can allow a lot more air harassment, whether it be oracles or drop play if you're playing against a Terran person or anything like that. After that, though, third is not overly difficult to secure, but after that, 4th and 5th base are definitely way far out there. Now, we are seeing a gateway first from Pro here. Cybercore is going down now. It looks like he's going to do at least some sort of a block up on the ramp to his main base here. So not going for any sort of aggressive expansion or anything like that. He's going for a pretty gas-heavy opener here. You see 2 assimilators up with 2 probes in each, so that could indicate either maybe a Blink Stalker all in, or even like some early Stargate play or something or anything like that. Definitely not going to be seeing any sort of expansion going up soon for Pro. Down on this side of the map, though, however, HyuN's hatchery is just finishing now, so he's going to want to start saturating that. Do have a couple queens on the way as the spawning pool is done. And we should be seeing at around 100 gas. I would guess that we'd be seeing. Oh no, yeah, I don't really have to guess anymore, do I? He does have metabolic boost on the way for Zergling speed. So nothing too crazy going on for either of these players here. Mothership Core is on the way, going to deny any sort of Zergling scouting. However, this Overlord just going to chill out for the time being. Warp Gear research is on the way, and once a Stalker starts coming out here, or even a Sentry can try to tickle the Overlord to death, but that Overlord has definitely got a pretty good chance of getting out of there rather than it being a Stalker. So we do have the expansion going down now for Pro. Kind of interesting. He did go. So it is a later expansion, which does allow for some later tech for him. He's going to start walling off here with additional gateways. Might go for some sort of push early on, but it is actually not looking like it at all as we see the wall off going right here. Maybe just playing it safe for the opening, or maybe he just wants to go for some sort of sentry heavy composition with the gas that he does have, as we do see another sentry coming out right now. Even if he's not going sentry heavy, it is still nice to have them here just to kind of thwart any sort of Zergling aggression, which we see a few Zerglings coming across the map right about now. Pro does not know about this because he has no map vision at all. Quite a few Zerglings, actually. But he should be able to hold them off. He does have 1 force field. We'll have another force field shortly thereafter, as long as he does force field this. Did not want to do that, however. Did not want to force field the sentry out of the base here. Mothership Core going to be doing some damage to those Zerglings. Did kill a few there. Does have another sentry to throw up another force field, and does have a few zealots here just to kind of hold the Zerglings off. So Pro is pretty safe here. Nothing to worry about really, as long as he keeps the force fields up. He does have a lot of sentries actually, just the 1 zealot. Does want to just keep an eye on those Zerglings, make sure none of them get inside his base. In the meantime, HyuN is throwing down his 3rd hatchery. which is to be expected. Lair Tech is on the way. So nothing too out of the ordinary here, just a little bit of Zergling aggression in the beginning here. And like I said, we do see a little bit of a Sentry heavy composition here, along with some Zealots for support. Although Zealots really aren't supporting the Sentries are kind of supporting the Zealots because the Sentries don't really do that much damage. So if you want to look at it that way, hey, you know, whatever works for you. Just kind of moving out here along the side of the map. Think trying to be undetected, but he already knows that they're moving out down here. He's going to be moving out to see if he can do any damage to this third base here. Might be able to do a lot, however we do have 10 Zerglings and 8 Roaches on the way, so might get some damage done, but might not be able to take out the hatchery here. Probably won't be. Actually, I don't think he's going to be able to do much damage to the hatchery at all, because these units are out now. They are ready to defend, and there is no proxy pylon in sight, so there are going to be no reinforcements to the Protoss army. Can mass recall if he chooses to. I would, because that is a lot of resources to lose, especially with that Sentry heavy composition there. So we do see the mass recall. Did only lose one Sentry, which is unfortunate, but with the lack of a probe out in the field or any sort of proxy pylons, it was probably not a good idea in the first place to move that army down there. But it was worth a shot, I guess. HyuN does have a lot of map control here, though. Just moving up here to make sure that Pro does not have a third base going down yet. Does have control of the watchtowers. These Roaches are going to be moving up here just to kind of hang out a little bit. Not going to push any sort of advantage here, which there really is no advantage for either player here yet. Pretty even 3-base Zerg versus 2-base Protoss. Do have a couple Void Rays coming out though, however, so this could definitely have some sort of the word is escaping me. I cannot think of the word I want to use, but they could be pretty decent so far. Overseer though, gonna be scouting out these Void Rays and Stargates. Gonna lose the Overseer, it looks like. Only seeing those, he does see the Forge and he does see the 2 Stargates, so he does see, but +1 is on the way. We do have Ventral Sacs and Overlord Speed actually on the way for HyuN, so this could indicate some sort of Overlord drop play, or at least the prospect of it. We do though see the third base going down now for Pro. Looks like he's going to be committing at least somewhat to air here, because he does have the air weapons on the way, which we don't see too much. I mean, if he does want to put a lot of money into Void Rays, then we will see that. But I wouldn't be surprised, or it would be kind of interesting actually, if we saw maybe some Tempests and stuff like that going on here. Did lose a Roach there, did force the Prismatic Alignment, which is good. These Void Rays just going to rake in the Zergling kills. Roaches and Zergling just trying to get up here and do some sort of damage. Might be able to take out a Probe, but that is not really worth it at all. Might force the doesn't even force the cancel on the pylon, losing just unnecessary units here. I mean, he does have an army, he could deal some damage to Probe, but I think the Void Rays is just not worth fighting. It's just not worth fighting. Oh, that was a cannon. I thought that was a pylon. My mistake for not clicking on it. But we do have Hydras on the way now, which very good, very, very good against Void Rays. Do have the 4th base going down now for HyuN, as well as +1 missile attack and Groove Spines for Hydra range. So definitely a good answer to the Void Rays here. Thought he was going to break that down. Wouldn't be a bad idea if Pro is committing to air. That is actually better for the Zerg player, because you get across the map a lot faster. You don't have to worry about running around the sides of it, whatever. Some decent creep spread going on here as well. Overlord, just kind of poop and creep over here. We do have Zealot legs on the way for Pro here. +1 air attack is just about done, and +2 ground weapons is on the way now. Does have his 3rd base up and running, which is good for him. Lots of Void Rays. So I'm wondering if, I don't think he scouted the Hydralisks yet, but I don't think that these Void Rays are the answer to this army here. However, Templar Archives are on the way. I think he should have maybe got this tech up a little bit sooner, like shortly after he established his 3rd base, rather than putting so much money into Void Rays, because against this army composition, Void Rays are definitely not as good as High Templars with Storm here. Robo Facility is also on the way now, probably just for some observers or Maybe he just wants to get Colossus tech up. I'm not really too sure. Here comes the drop, though. All these overlords just load these up. Gonna drop them right here in the main base. Tons of gateways going down, but they're not really going to be much help right here. Definitely scary here. All the overlords just dropping units down here. One was trying to poop creep, but I guess he decides not to. But this is not looking too good for Pro here, as he force fielded, basically neglected his the prospect of his zealots there, losing some void rays. But this Zerg army looks like it's going to get cleaned up pretty quickly here. However, we do have a counterattack, Hydra counterattack, going to be pushing up into the natural of Pro. Going to be taking that pylon, unpowering the gateways. Does take out the mothership core. Is almost taking out that void right here. Definitely gonna be able to do some damage here. Choking out his zealots on his gateways, not the best idea. But I don't know if those hydras are actually in range of the void ray, so they are gonna all get taken out because they're all focusing on these zealots. Definitely not what you want to be doing. These overlords here are just gonna get picked off by this single void ray. Zealots, however, pushing out a little too far, overextending just a little bit, gonna get taken out by these Zerglings and Hydralisks. Sentry will go down as well. Take a look at the units lost tab. Pro is behind by almost 100% of how much, HyuN is behind as like 100% of what Pro has lost. So definitely not looking too good here. These Void Rays are looking to be a pain in the butt here. But it kind of still is anybody's game. I mean, Pro is working off of 3 base here, holding off the aggression here. A few Zerglings are going to get into the Miller line, take out a few probes. Storm is just about done. We do have a Warp Prism on the way. However, HyuN has 4 bases up, and a 5th base is on the way. So as far as income goes, HyuN is already a little bit ahead, which kind of makes up for a little bit of the loss he's had so far. But as far as future income, HyuN definitely has the potential. Supply is relatively even right now, so it is still anybody's game. +2 missile attack is finally on the way for HyuN. We see an infestation pick going down as well. Don't know if infestors are going to be doing much of anything at this point. High Templar are out. High Templar do have Storm, so it is going to be interesting to see how HyuN decides he's going to deal with this, because Hydra's obviously good against Void Rays, not so good against High Templar, because one Storm, I believe, will take a Hydra down to 1 HP because of the regen. And, yeah, don't know. Oh, we are seeing pathogen glands getting researched, so that does indicate we will be seeing some infestors coming into play here, which, pretty good against zealots and just holding things in place like that. But losing this base over here, pretty unfortunate. He did just get that up, like, really, just a short while ago. More zealot counterattacks going on over here. This Warp Prism is being very, very annoying. I don't know if the Warp Prism was actually the reason that these zealots were over here as well, but gonna be losing a couple Hydras to these zealots. Zealots do get killed really quickly though by these Hydralisks. He does see the infestation pit. He does see that it is researching something, so he does know that infestors are on the way. He is trying to make a move right here. Gonna be moving some zealots and his Void Rays down here. Not the biggest army in the world, but those High Templars can be very, very devastating to this Hydra-heavy army here. So I'm kind of interesting to see. It's kind of interesting to see how this is going to be playing out here. He does take the Watchtower, although creep is pretty good here. So we will see. Going to be seeing some storms going down. Really, not the best storms in the world. The Fungal is pretty nice on the High Templar. High Templar is still getting some storms off. Going to be able to kill most of those High Templars with the Fungals there. Does save 2 or what is it, 6 of them actually, by making them Archons. However, losing all those Void Rays, Archons just get destroyed by Hydralisks, especially as they're warping in there. To no avail, it was that attack. He's going to be taking out this base here, or at least most of it. Don't know if he got the drones out of there. Probably did not. But that is okay, because he did kill basically all of the Protoss army. He is going to want to scout this out soon. Take out this base before it gets up and running. DT is going to be moving here just to be annoying. I mean, other than annoying, they're probably not going to do much at this point in the game. Overseers are out. It's just a matter of seeing it soon enough before they do too much damage and make themselves worth it. So he's not going to bother with that, which is smart. I don't know if HyuN actually saw those DTs there when he was spreading that creep. Don't think he did. He does have 2 more Overseers on the way, though. +3 ground attack is on the way for Pro. +1 armor upgrade is finally on the way for HyuN. So it still could be anybody's game here. I mean, he did lose all of his army, or Pro lost all of his army. He is behind in 50 supply now, so this attack could be pretty devastating to him right here. He's going to move in here. He does have some more High Templar with a pretty decent amount of energy. Going to be losing some gateways, but he might be able to get some decent storms off on this army because it does not really have anywhere to go, because it is pretty much sandwiched in there. And those are some pretty nice storms. Does even out the supply in a big way. We're losing out tons of infestors, tons of Hydralisks, tons of, well, not really tons of roaches. They only have 3 roaches in there, but definitely not the best engagement for HyuN there. Did take out the wall, but the army basically tore him up. Overseer's getting there just in time to take out these Dark Templar. Although this one is going to be moving down here and try to take out some drones here. Not really a lot going on for this Warp Prism to do. DTs and Warp Prisms, yeah. Void Rays going to be moving out along the side here. Going to be trying to do some sort of damage. Might be able to take out this base. The Zerg army is not positioned. We do have a counterattack going on up here though. Lots of roaches going to be able to take this out really quickly. So this looks like it's going to be a base trade here. Although for, I think it was a bigger loss for Pro because HyuN did not really have that much mining going on at that base there. I don't know. It's not looking too good here for HyuN. He does have a lot of roaches over here doing some damage to this base, but over here where he needs the army, he does not have much. He needs to be able to take out those Void Rays. If he can take out those Void Rays, the rest of the army that is there, just a few Zealots and the Immortal, not too big of a deal. It looks like this army is going to be backing up though. I think that Pro could have done some damage there, or a pretty decent amount of damage there, because HyuN really did not have anything in supply. It is still pretty even. Going to be taking out quite a bit of stuff here. However, his army is just getting caught out of position here. He is losing all of his Zealots, all of the Dark Templar, the Immortal that was there, and these Voiders are just going to get picked up by these Hydralisks, because I believe Hydralisks do move faster than these Void Rays do. Yes, they do, so they are going to be able to catch up there really easily. Archon going to be trying to hold out here just a little bit, going to get taken out ridiculously fast. Archon's not the best answer to Hydralisks here, as we are seeing. Tons more Hydralisks on the way, still producing Void Rays. He is just committed to using those Void Rays. Not looking too good for Pro though at this point, losing tons of probes there. He's almost down 50 supply. It is just not looking good at all. Going to be losing his natural base. Not the biggest of deals. I mean, he does lose the Nexus and stuff, but he is basically mined out here anyway. The third base, however, is more of the income base for him at the moment, which is really unfortunate. He is only running off of one base. HyuN is running off of like 1.5 at this point as far as saturation goes. Not even that. He's basically running off of one base here. Don't know if he's getting any gas at all. No drones on gas. Over here there are, but not a lot of income for either player at this point. You see the income tab here. Just about 300 more minerals coming in for HyuN. Gas is relatively even. Harvesters 49 to 31 is really low for this point in the game. Still just being a pain with these Dark Templar over here. Trying to do as much damage as possible. He is pretty far behind now. Does have some minerals in the bank, not a lot. His army is very gas heavy. Could be warping in a few more Zealots, but I don't know how much Zealots are going to do for him at this point with all the roaches, Hydras out. This Dark Templar is being really annoying. He just sent his whole army over here. He has no Overseer to kill that. There we go, there's the Overseer. I think he just wanted to get a surround on it. But we do have the Protoss army moving out across the map here. I think this is like the last ditch effort for Pro here, because he does not have a lot going for him. He is trying to secure this fourth base. Once it is kind of his third base at this point, because it's natural to get taken out. But fourth base, nonetheless, he is trying to resecure it, trying to get some sort of income established. Does not know the income. I think he does know that he is behind in income and economy, but just trying to secure something. Does have a few High Templar here with a decent amount of energy. Mothership Core can mass recall bound at this point. I don't know how good that's going to do him. Does have a lot of Zealots, which again are not going to do too much for him. Warp Prism just trying to do some sort of damage, keep his opponent from mining. Just kind of biding his time here while he's trying to reach the supply of his opponent. Yeah, these Zealots just being really annoying. Don't think he wants to warp in more than he can lift out of there. Hydra's getting some damage in there, but not going to be able to take out that Warp Prism. That is just being super annoying right now. ZT is denying this expansion right here, although HyuN has not even tried to to retake that. +2 ground carapace is on the way for HyuN. Just these warp prisms are the only thing going now for for Pro at this point. He's going to be trying to defend this if this attack does come for this space. He's going to lose those High Templar there. That's not what you want to do. Photon Overcharge does go down. Just going to back on out of there. He does have enough energy for one more. After that, though, not really a lot going on here. Lots of Zealots. Not going to be too useful here. He does have a lot of Infestors, so that is tons of fungal potential. These High Templar can get a lot of Storms off, actually. He does have a couple of Archons in here. Protoss just trying to bide his time here, though. Just trying to get some sort of income. Just trying to do something. I mean, this counterattack could be devastating to his income if he hits this base here. Although he is going to be going for the main, which really is just the tech. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I would go for the mining bases of my opponent because, one, less chances of a base race situation like this is looking at might turn out to be, and two, if they have no income, then they cannot produce units regardless of what they have left. So that is just my 2 cents there. HyuN is going to be losing his almost second to last mining base right there. Probes, yes. Those are not probes, those are drones. Drone's going to be transferring down to the 3rd base, going to try and mine some stuff here. Losing a lot of Infestors, though. I don't think that was intentional. It would have been nice if he had Burrow there because Pro has no detection here. However, this Zerg army getting caught a little out of position, evening up supply in a big way. Tons of Funkos going down here. Well, not really tons, a couple Funkos going down here. Losing a lot of Zealots, losing a lot of these Void Rays. Void Rays not so good against these Hydralisks here. Going to be losing all of his Void Rays here. Did lose his Archons. Did lose all of his army there, actually, which is kind of interesting because the Zerg army was split. The Protoss army definitely had a bigger advantage. And, yeah, Pro gives the GG there. Although, yeah, he really didn't have anything left. He didn't have any gateways left. If he still had those gateways at this point, he might have been able to do something. But, yeah, I mean, he had the income. HyuN did not really have any income left at all because he did lose this base. This base is basically mined out. He has no bank. Pro did not know that, however. And with his bank, he might have been able to secure something. I mean, we do have 7 roaches on the way. It's tough. I don't know. It's a tough call because he only has the 2 warp gates. He has these 2 stargates, rather. I don't know. That's just tough. I mean, upgrades are pretty even throughout this entire game, too. So, anyway, that was Game 4 between HyuN and Pro. I'll leave links down in the description to the other games, as well as an annotation in the top left corner for my Pro playlist. If you guys like this video, definitely drop me a like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And, yeah, hopefully I'll be doing a little bit more videos in the future and not kind of slacking so much. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.